Maybe you'll get some ideas from their American history exhibits.
That's a great idea. Let's go. Would you go Revolutionary War? And where in it?
Besides, we have an advantage over the British. They cannot tell us apart from the Loyalists until we start to fire at them.
I've always thought of Revolutionary soldiers in fancy uniforms, like the ones you see in the pictures of General Washington. But I guess most buttermilk hill. Who could blame me? Cry my fill, and every tear would turn a mill. Johnny has gone, the soldier. May all my
articles, Congress had the power to declare war and peace, to manage foreign affairs, to establish an army and navy, to issue and borrow money, and to control Indian affairs.
After the Revolutionary War, Great Britain gave up all the territory from the Ohio River to the Great Lakes, from the Allegheny Mountains to the Mississippi River. On July 13, 1787, Congress passed the Northwest Ordinance to provide for dividing the new territory and governing it.
It was really a remarkable law. It provided for public schools, guaranteed religious freedom, and prohibited slavery in the new territory.
The United States government sold land for $640 a square mile. That was $1 per acre. Big land companies bought up most of the land and sold smaller farms to the pioneers who poured west across the Appalachian Mountains.
Friendly country of ours, we'll go by day and on the way we'll sleep under the stars. Through the mountains and the forests and across the mighty rivers, and then we'll see that there will be a home for you and me in Tennessee.
becoming a government command to the majority in such states.
The states are the people. We must preserve our states' rights.
The federal constitution must be the supreme law of the land above all laws of the states. Our intent to make a stronger federal government. The world thinks our country is not too strong. We must prove to them that they are wrong. Oh, Mr. Hamilton, just listen to me. Your plans remind me of royalty. Oh, we fought the revolution for our liberty. Now we take constant sovereignty. Oh, we don't want all the power vested in one place. For we want rulers who we can replace. Other nations think without it, think we're bound to fail. We must show them democracy will prevail. Federal power, states' rights, strong central government expedites. That sounds too much like a monarchy. We want individual liberty. We need to make this nation strong. At states' expense, that would be wrong. States' rights, centralized. I guess we need to compromise.
I can reconstruct them for you.
Who are you, sir?
My father came from Africa, and grandfather was a chief. Both were brought as slaves to this land and suffered beyond belief. They were luckier than most of our race, for they became free men in this place. Thus I was born completely free in this so-called land of liberty.
Just wait and see. I'm headed for the promised land. I'll be singing freedom song. I want to find a place where I belong. It's waiting there. I know where milk and honey flow, so there I'll go. I'm headed for the promised land. Oh, listeners, hear that trumpet sounding forth the call. Oh, children, rise and follow, one and all. Better days are now in view, and all the dreams I dreamed are coming true. I'll leave the past behind and keep a hopeful mind for joy I'll find. I'm headed for the promised land. Headed for the promised land. Heading for the promised land. Yeah.
New Orleans, he offered us the whole Louisiana Territory. All this area, and for only 15 million. That amounted to about 3 cents an acre.
3 cents an acre, what a buy. Let's go and get ourselves a piece of that pie. Louisiana Territory, here we come. All that land to be had, but we want some. 3 cents an acre, what a day. For a bigger and a better USA. 3 cents an acre, what a buy. Let's go and get ourselves a piece of that pie. Louisiana Territory, here we come. All that land to be had, but we want some. 3 cents an acre, what a day. For a bigger and a better USA.
I sent Lewis and Clark out to explore our new land.
On the way, we met a French trapper, Charbonneau. We asked him to be our guide on the expedition. We also invited his Shoshone wife, Sacagawea, to come with us to interpret with the Indians.
Sacagawea proved to be a great help to us. When we were over Joe, we met her brother, the Shoshone chief, along the way. She persuaded him to help us with horses and supplies for our trek across the Rocky Mountains.
After 2 long years traveling through the wilderness, we were excited when we finally reached the Pacific Ocean.
Lewis and Clark were greeted with great enthusiasm when they returned home in 1806. They brought back information about our vast new territory, the animal and plant life, and geography. Some of my men, including my friend and former slave, York, returned west to make their homes there. Soon, hundreds of settlers were moving west. We made treaties with most of the Indian tribes to get land for our settlers.
Many of the tribes sided with the British against the United States because they hoped that the British would help protect their land. I remember Miss Smith telling us that the War of 1812 was the second war for independence. After it ended, we didn't have any more trouble with the British.
Unfortunately, it didn't solve the problems we had created with the Native Americans.
Barbara, why do you suppose the exhibit is called Trail of Tears? What do you suppose is happening?
I'm afraid that my people will perish.
Why do you say that? What is wrong?
Your government signed a treaty with our Cherokee Nation, but now they tell us that we must leave our homes and move to an unknown land far beyond the Great River. President Jackson has refused to uphold the decision of his own Supreme Court. Hear these words of your Chief Justice Marshall.
The treaty solemnly pledged to restrain citizens from trespassing.
Grandmother, the soldiers are coming. What are we going to do? They are going to take us to the stockade, and then we will be forced to go to that land far away. What will become of our homes? Who knows what they will do? Shh, here they come.
Hurry along now to the stockade with you. No, there's no time to get your belongings.
I knew they'd tell you, but I did not expect them to treat us this way.
We have used no force, and yet we are penned like animals. Why must you treat us this way?
I am worried. What if the new land has bad soil? We will have no crops.
And what if there is not enough game along the way? We have very little food to take with us. We will surely starve.
Come on, it is time to leave. You have already delayed us too long. It is October, winter is soon to be coming. Hurry along! These poor people, I hear there are over 17,000 of them. I don't see how the old ones, sick ones, or babies will ever make it. And 800 miles is such a long way, and it's already getting cold. Our orders are to move all of them. Move along now.
Red Feather, don't you recognize me?
Yes, I recognize you. We fought together for Jackson in the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. I thought Jackson was our friend, but he has deceived us. Your country's not doing us justice now. Hurry, Red Feather, the chiefs need your help to gather our people.
for the Cherokees to have to leave their homes. Do you know what happened to them? I read that about 4,000 died along the way to the Oklahoma reservation. A few of them did escape and hide in the mountains, so there is still a small group of Indians living in North Carolina today, but most of them had to start a new life on the reservation.
Many other tribes were also removed from the lands as more and more, and sent to reservations as more and more white settlers came and took over their lands.
With so many settlers moving west,
Many new means of transportation were being developed. Some still crossed the country by foot or covered wagon. Others went by boat on the country's many rivers. But when the steamboat was invented, it became easier to travel both up and downstream.
Then they began to build canals to connect to the rivers and lakes. You know, it was the Erie Canal that helped bring so much trade to New York, so that it became one of the largest cities.
From Albany to Buffalo.
you because the costumes are great, the children are wonderful, and it's great being a part working with such a fantastic staff and principals. Thank you.
Mrs. Davies, Mrs. Price, Mrs. Sylvia, and Miss Hayden, please come forward. On behalf of the entire 5th grade class, we want to thank you for all your help and understanding during the past few weeks. We have learned a lot about the history of our country, and we thank you for making it fun. I'd like to present you with this gift just to let you know you're special, we think you are.